shout out to Bernard the Executioner Hopkins. What this man did last night was just purely just greatness, man. I mean, you rarely see things done like this, you know, since something like, Muhammad Ali, those kind of fighters back in those days, man. And what this man did to be 48 years old and to break George Foreman's record twice of being the oldest man in boxing to hold a title. I mean, that's just pure greatness, guys. I mean, look at his resume. His resume speaks for himself, man. I mean, I've been watching this guy since the 90s, man, and for him to still be hungry at 48 years old, to still win titles. I mean, Bernard Hopkins, guys, this guy's fought everybody, man. I mean, yeah, he might have lost, sometimes, but, that comes with, putting in time as a boxer, you know what I mean? For him to clearly beat an undefeated Tavoris Cloud, I mean, I don't think he's really undefeated. I mean, I thought that he lost in his last previous fight. But, I mean, Tavoris Cloud still put up a hell of a fight in that fight. He showed a lot of heart in that fight. But at the end of the day, man, he was in the ring with literally a living legend, Bernard Hopkins, man. I mean, this guy defended his title, or should I say titles, I mean, estimated, in this sport like 20 times. I mean, who literally does things like that nowadays in the sport of boxing? I mean, not even Mayweather has done the things that Bernard Hopkins has done as far as, defending, his title. Now, I'm not trying to compare Bernard Hopkins to Floyd Mayweather because, in a way, it's like you can't even really compare them because, one's in a different weight class than the other. One's obviously been fighting longer. You know what I mean? You just can't really compare them. So, I mean, it was a great fight. I was really rooting for Bernard Hopkins. I mean, he came out looking slow in the first couple of rounds. And then he just started to take slowly just start taking over the fight. I mean, his ring generalship is insane. The way how he was controlling the fight, pivoting the angles, using the footwork, working the hooks, working the uppercuts, everything that he was doing was just impressive, man. And for him to be 48 years old, I honestly see Bernard Hopkins, man, he probably, in my eyes, this dude easily has a couple more fights in him, man, easy. I mean, he was in like really good shape. I mean, it was incredible what he did last night, and I was just really, really glad, to bear witness on what he did last night. It was just amazing. It was just incredible. I mean, we have never seen anything like that, really in a long time. Nothing else much to say, man. It was just, pure greatness. You gotta give the man all the credit in the world and respect. If Bernard Hopkins was to retire, even before, after he lost to Chad Dawson, I still would have gave the man respect. The man could retire tomorrow. I'll still give him all the credit in the world, man. I mean, in my eyes, he's easily considered one of the greatest middleweights in boxing of all time, period. That's just not even my opinion. That's a fact. And he definitely deserves Hall of Fame. I mean, without question, man. He's gonna go in the Hall of Fame as one of the greatest fighters of all time. Period. And shout out to Keith Thurman. I need to do a video on this guy. It was a great fight. I just think it's time for Keith Thurman to move on up, start taking on some bigger challenges in the sport. I'm gonna do a video on him real soon. And that's it, guys. That was my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Does Bernard Hopkins have, a few more fights in him? And that was it, guys. I'll be on to the next video. Peace.